he is a trucker. So
Right.
like you can relate on that level, and it's really lovely. But for me, I just feel like, okay, God forbid, if I were in that situation, would I want to share my family life with YouTube? And
Yeah.
if I do, my audience or whoever watches becomes very invested in my relationship, sometimes more than me. And then, and then how much autonomy do I have to
Yeah.
say, all right, I'll share this much, but I won't share that much more.
Right.
And when you try to draw that boundary, what do you do when people try to cross the line? Because they're like, well, oh, if you do, you already talked about X, Y, Z, so why can't you tell us about this? Like, I want to know about this. It's like, but you don't have a right to know.
No.
So it's difficult from both sides. It's difficult from the people sharing because maybe they want to share some stuff, but they don't want to share everything.
Yeah.
But when things go wrong, because everything's already out there, it's very difficult to now step back and be like, okay, well, I shared the details of our marriage and how we met and everything, but I don't want to talk about the fact that we're divorced now. He's just not going to be in the vlogs anymore. You'd be like, what do you mean he's not in the vlogs anymore? Like,
oh, what?
I've been watching you. You guys are so cute. We're so cute. And I know what happens to the children. And your heart is like, oh my God, no.
Yeah,
like,
you're invested. It's like, but
I don't like bringing it back to smaller YouTubers who now
yes,
talk about these kind of situations. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I think there's nothing wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with commentary.
Yeah.
And I think the fact is, if it's already out there,
it's already out.
Then
it is what it
I
is.
think you can talk about it, but I think it depends on what you say and how.
Yeah.
And I'm not really into what I would call gossip channels, but I do watch channels that report on both YouTube drama and stuff that's going on in the world at large.
Right.
Because I feel like I find their commentary interesting and I find what they have to say or their take on things really unique, or I like the fact that they seem to think carefully through their point of view. It's not just a knee-jerk reaction.
Right.
So I think it depends on the content that's created and why and how it's done.
Yeah.
There are also some channels where I've seen that they have a large following. They built their brand on reporting on, social media and news and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But the vibe that I get is very gossipy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, did you hear what happened? You know that kind of a...
It's true.
And then but then it's also like I never liked the husband anyway. Like, you think it was these numbers, like they'd be like, well, I always got a vibe from him, like he was kind of... I'm not surprised. He looks like the type,
True. Like the peanut gallery comes out. No, for sure. It's true.
So, like, okay, so are you commenting because you generally like to comment on stuff that happens in the world and you want to give like a fair analysis? Or you just jump in on it just because... I'm not gonna lie, like, for example, I'll give you an example. Even me I guess I'm in the category of a natural hair YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I see the videos popping up about August and Jada, and I'm like, yo, if I wanted views right now, all I need to do just go in front of the camera,
just jump on the train,
put August and Jada in the title.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get some views. I know for sure.
Of course.
For me, I just don't feel like that kind of fits the brand that I've built or what I want my brand to represent personally.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's a tricky one.
It is. Like, I feel like you've got to be strategic on top of it. I mean, your brand, I think your brand and my brand were very similar in the sense that it's built around like positivity, it's wholesome, and it's natural hair, right?
Right.
So it'd be totally random, not to mention out of character, to then start like an entire series about like, did you hear? Like, like it doesn't really work. And I mean, I know for me, I wouldn't do it personally, and I understand for you that you probably wouldn't either, but just something just feels for me just a little bit off when it comes to, you know, those channels that are just meant for jumping on somebody else's stress. Like, we have to remember that people are still real. You know what I mean? Like, people are still real. They're still human. They're still going through it. If they don't go through it successful, there are really terrible results like suicide, mental health illnesses, real illnesses. Like,
Yeah.
it's less of, I don't think it's a good business structure, and more of, I don't think it's healthy. I don't really know if it's healthy. So, I mean,
Yeah,
but
it's difficult, but then I'd be a hypocrite if I said that I didn't watch some channels that are like no, I'm being real, I'm being honest. There are some channels that I do watch. I'm like, okay. There are some where I'm like, okay, this feels gossipy, and honestly, I don't think that you're actually a nice person, and I don't like that feeling. So I would just won't watch, that kind of channel or that kind of content. But I mean, there are some channels that I'd be like, okay, this particular person dropped a video on this topic. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. I need to find out what she thinks. I want to find out what he thinks, because he's usually well informed, he's researched, and he's fair, or she's fair in her commentary. So
yeah, like those people whose opinions you truly value.
yeah, because they give balanced opinions, and over time they don't just flip flop according to like whose whose opinion they want to kind of pander to today. Yeah.
For sure. So speaking of hair, since we're both into hair, your hair looks gorgeous, by the way. That's a taper? Right?
Sorry, say again.
That's a cut. Like, you've got like a fade going on one side, or?
Oh yeah. Yes, I did.
Gorgeous.
The barbers have reopened in the UK, so the first thing I did was like, okay, because I had an undercut before, but clearly it grew out. During lockdown, it grew out. After, sorry, there's a random piece here that won't come back to where it was. But after, when the barbers reopened, I was like, yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing.
So how do you manage that, like the scheduling? Because like your channel, you do quite a bit of like styling. You do quite a bit of discussions around product reviews, all that stuff. Like, how do you balance that? Because you upload quite regularly. So like, how would you, like, your hair, like, it could go through it when you're doing so much.
It kind of depends on what it is that I want to do and when. So what part of my process is, okay, it's balancing what I want to do with my hair versus what content I want to make for my audience.
Right.
And then the bad hair days or whatever in between, sometimes I'll show in Instagram, because I'm like, I don't care. Like, if I really have a really bad hair day, I would like you to see, because I don't want you to get the impression like YouTubers have perfect hair every single day. We really don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, I plan. I do kind of. It's impossible to do without any planning.
Yeah.
So I plan. If I've got somewhere to go, usually planning around events is a good way to do it. So what I do is I actually film things in bulk. So I won't just film like one video one day, one video the next day. I don't do that. So what I'll do is, okay, my wash day is coming up. Okay, what do I want to review on this particular occasion? Is there a product range that I want to review this time?
Right.
If I do want to review this product range, okay, so I'll film my product review for that range during this particular wash day.
Right.
And maybe during the styling aspect, like, I will consider, okay, I want to film this particular video. So I will then film the product review, the styling, like it will all be filmed within the space of a day or two.
Right.
So what I tried to do is film at least 2 or 3 videos within that wash day space.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that I just relax. I edit and upload at will.
Nice.
So for me, I prefer to do it that way, because then what I do is I've kind of created a system for myself where if I film and I have an idea or stuff that I want to also post to Instagram, then I will film. I'll have like a whole look that I've put together. I will take all of my photos on that particular day as well. Mm-hmm. And then if I want to, for the next week or so, if I want to just chill and just don't dress up, don't put on makeup, like my hair looks a mess, I don't care. I've done all of my filming. But for me, that's a way of making it manageable.
Right.
Because it's really difficult when you start to feel like your whole wash days, all of them are now taken over by filming and editing and all of that. Sometimes you just want to wash your hair and just go to sleep. Like, you do. Sometimes I don't want to be in front of the camera. Like,
of course. It's a vibe. You want to just relax and enjoy your moment.
Right. And sometimes I just want to enjoy my hair for myself and not have to think about anybody else.
Yeah.
It's mine at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, I create content because I love it, but it's still mine. So that's what I do to kind of manage my workload, as well as manage myself and, you know, what it is that I'm doing. Right. And then I have in mind like a backup hairstyle that if this all goes wrong, I know what I can do to kind of salvage it. Mine is the puff. So if all else fails, the puff never fails.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. Mine is always like a wig. So like I'll just pop on a wig. That's what I'm doing today, just to make it work. If it's wash day and it needs to dry, or I want to set it, it's just easy to wear a wig. I mean, I'm getting tired of them, but it works.
Yeah, exactly. And every person has to find a system that works for them. Yeah. Especially because for me, my hair health is important to me. Mm-hmm. And I have seen other YouTubers who create great content, mm-hmm. but over time I can see that the hair is looking tired.
Yeah.
And it's not because they've necessarily done anything wrong, but it's just the fact that every single wash day they're doing something different.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's difficult, especially when you have companies that might send you products and they want you to try this. But the thing is, the way that I operate, mm-hmm. I'm not hesitant to say no or to give a period of time. So if a company contacts me and wants me to do a product review, I will say yes if I want to do it, but I will still say, okay, I have time to do this product review and to create the content and to edit and upload this video by this date.
Yeah.
If that's okay with you, let's proceed.
Right.
Because what the worst case scenario is, like rushing to get content filmed and edited, and then it's not done properly, and you know, like you don't want to feel like you didn't create your best content.
Yeah.
Especially if it's for a brand.
For sure. So. Absolutely. Speaking of brands, many of our girlfriends, they are very concerned about, you know, how do they approach brands, and when they are being approached by brands, how do they charge amounts that are fair for themselves? Like, what do you think about that? Like, how can people kind of streamline that process for themselves?
It's a difficult one.
No.
I personally think one of the best things that we can do as content creators is talk to each other honestly about when we have sponsorships, how much do they cost? How much are we charging versus how much that, you know, the other person may be charging? Simply because, I don't know if this is a bit political to say, but because we don't have a union, influencers don't have a union, or like, you know, we don't have a universal, you know, standard rate, or, you know, to do anything like that. I used to use a website I don't know if I can name drop them, name drop here, but I used to use FameBit. Was it FameBit?
Remember, was it FameBit? I remember that.
No, Social Blue Book. Sorry.
Oh,
Social Blue Book. I don't know why I stopped using them actually, but it's a long story. But I used to use Social Blue Book because what you could do with Social Blue Book was it would look at your analytics for your channel, and it would analyze your, I think the last, however, like a certain period of time, it would
right,
analyze your engagement, your likes, all of that stuff, and they will come up with a number,
right.
and it will say, we think if you want to charge for a sponsorship for a video, you should be charging this much.
Okay,
Like, and they would give you an average amount, and then they say if you want to go a bit lower, like the lowest we think you should charge should be this, the maximum we think you should charge should be this.
right.
It is very useful in that regard. I can't remember what it was about the thing that they changed, but they changed something, and I was like, I'm not really in this anymore. But yeah, no, you might want to chop their name out of here. I don't know.
No worries.
But that was useful though to kind of give you an idea, just like a ballpark figure that you could work with.
Right.
But yeah, I think not necessarily having a tool like that. I think that there are still some online tools that can help you to kind of gauge the best amount to charge.
Right.
But I think this is where having a community and engaging with other content creators is the best thing that you can do.
Right.
So I'll give you an example. So this is not necessarily for sponsoring videos, but let's say for in-person events.
Mm-hmm.
I've had other YouTubers reach out to me and say to me, if you don't mind, can I ask you, like, how much, when you were working for X brand at this event, how much did they pay you? Is it okay if I ask? Some people will get massively offended by that, but I don't care. I just tell them. Like, I wouldn't declare it publicly, but if someone asks me and I know that their content is good and, you know, they have great intentions, I have no problem in saying to them, this is how much they paid me. So make sure. Because someone else I know was being requested by a brand to do an in-person event. And what they were quoted, they just felt like this was a very, very low figure.
Right.
And so they were asking me because they wanted to check is this like the going rate? Is this too low? Is this too high? I feel like it's too low, but I don't know.
Right.
So the person asked me and I was like, oh no, oh hell no. That number's way too low. Don't even think about accepting that. But, you know, the other person was like, I felt like it was low, but I wasn't really sure and I didn't really know who to ask. I was like, oh, you can ask me anytime. I don't care. But I think for me, that's a big thing about sisterhood and about trying to advocate for all of us that we are all getting what's fair.
Yeah.
I would feel horrendous to know that, let's say, I don't know, if I was sponsored by a particular brand, I would feel horrendous to know that I got paid 5 times as much as my sister over here. And I know that she works just as hard as me.
Yeah.
Sacrifices a lot to make her content.
Yeah.
And then the brand also knows that they're paying me 5 times as much, but they would never offer her that much.
Yeah. It doesn't.
I'm like, no, sis. Get your coins, sis. Like, come on.
No, for sure. Sure.
That's how I feel.
It's so hard because it's like the information is not readily available. People don't necessarily want to share that information.
People don't want to talk about money.
Like, whether it's YouTube, whether it's whatever other industry, no one ever really wants to talk money. And it's like, people need to be more comfortable talking about money because essentially, like, if you're trying to be in this for the long haul and it is your goal to turn yourself into some sort of a business, a viable business, you're going to have to talk money and it has to be comfortable. So
you do. You really do. And the thing is as well, some brands are not very ethical in the way that they deal with influencers. I naming no names, I'm just saying. So one strategy that I found that I kind of started to employ was, for the most part, it does kind of depend on the brand. If I'm approached by someone to try something and it's something that I've been considering trying anyway, and they say, oh, we just want to send you like a free sample of X product, we just want you to try it, like, and they're not specifically asking for anything, they just want to send it to me,
yeah,
I'll happily be like, okay, that's cool. And more times than not, if I like the product or if I have an idea about it, I will literally, I'll be on Instagram, I'll unbox it, I'll show it to people, I'll say, oh, if you're interested, check out this brand over here. I do that more in particular for smaller businesses as well, where I feel like, they really need the support. So I will make sure that I'll plug them as much as possible. Especially if I love their products and I know that, because not all companies are at the size that they can afford to sponsor you or pay you or whatever.
Yeah.
But there are some brands who just they know they have the budget, they will approach you and say, oh, we would like you to try this product. What we would like in return is a YouTube video and an Instagram video and X amount of posts. And the thing is, it depends on where you are as to what it is that you want to accept, and it depends on what's in it for you.
Right.
So sometimes in that kind of situation, sometimes you may not be very experienced in producing content that's sponsored in any way, but what you want to do is create, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a portfolio, but you want to create some content that you can show to other brands in the future and say, oh, this is the type of content that I can do for your brand.
Right.
So because you're looking at it kind of going further down the line, so you're thinking about, okay, I can produce something for this brand and I am going to be doing it for free, but I've decided that I want to do this because I want to use this content for future promotion for myself and for my brand. You can do that. The choice is completely up to you. But there are definitely some brands that they do have the budget. They just don't. They wouldn't approach you and say what their budget is. In that particular situation, I'm very polite. I will check out the brand before I respond to their email or have a look at their social media just to get an idea of, like, how much engagement they get, etc., etc. I will look through their hashtags on Instagram. I will see what happens when you do that is usually you can see other influencers that they may have partnered with previously, especially if it's labeled hashtag ads. So I'm like, okay, you paid these people over here. Okay, so that means you got some budget. Okay, that's cool. Because legally you're required to put hashtag ads when it's an advert, right? Or when it's been paid.
Right.
So that's the kind of research that I do. And then if I see that this particular brand I really like their products, or I've never tried their products before, but I'm really interested, I will say either one, please send me the products. I will try them out for a particular period of time and I'll let you know how I like them. And then we can chat, we can talk further from there. Or I will say, please let me know specifically what kind of promotion you would like. And if you let me know what kind of promotion you would like, I will send you my rates. This is my polite way of saying, you're not getting none for free. That's just how I phrase it. Like, okay, let me know specifically what it is that you would like, and I will send you my rates. That's basically where it goes from there. And then so sometimes the brand will come back to you and say, okay, yeah, we would specifically like a YouTube video or an Instagram post or a combination or whatever, and then say, yeah, send us your rates and let us know, and then I'll send them back a figure, and then they'll say, okay, that may be a little bit high for our budget, can you do X? And we'll talk from there. So I just wanted to give that in terms of a practical approach, I guess. Because the thing is, in that situation, if you respond to the company and say, yeah, I'm more than happy to do a whole YouTube video and this and that and all of this other stuff and all of these other requirements, and you don't say anything to them about rates or about anything like that, they will happily give you their products and let you promote. You will work very hard. You will take time, effort, and energy to create amazing content for them, and they won't say anything to you about money, ever.
That's exactly what I've seen a lot of. Like, if you're willing to, you know, not talk money, they're never going to be the one to talk about it. Never. Like, and I find